The war between the US and Afghanistan, dominated by Taliban, who've controlled this country since 1996, dates back to 2001 when Al-Qaeda carried out an terrorist attack on American soil, leaving 2,000 of dead. All this led by Osama bin Laden. Months later, the US invaded to the Afghan territory. In 2011, President Barack Obama launched an operation to capture Osama bin Laden, who was executed on May 2nd of the same year. With the date of the leader, the Taliban did not give any truce. They began to kill the American military and Afghan lands and civilians. In 2018 alone, 25,000 people lost their life. In 2015, the Sentinel of Freedom operation was launched, which consists of withdrawal of US troops so Afghans could dominate the territory. The situation in Afghanistan is not so simple. There is a dispute between the President Ashraf Ghani and the opposition led by Abdullah. Already in 2019, President Donald Trump began talks with the Taliban in Doha to defend the departure of American troops and the end of the 19 years war. The peace treaty, which was signed on February 29 of this year, stated that in 14 months the US troops were going to withdraw and the Taliban promised not to take refuge in the terrorist criminal organization such as Al-Qaeda or ISIS, in addition to various exchanges between the Taliban soldiers and members of state security.
But on March 4, US troops deployed to Afghanistan bombed Taliban militants to defend the Afghan security forces. This was the first attack in 11 days, when the violence reduction agreement between the two parties began a few days before the start. Colonel Sammy Leggett, a spokesman for the US military in Afghanistan, reports on his official Twitter account that today the United States has bombed the Taliban fighters who attacked the checkpoints of the Afghan security forces. Leggett said, "This is our first bombing against the Taliban in 11 days. He stressed that it was a defensive operation to interrupt the insurgent attack because Washington is ready to He stressed that it was a defensive operation to interrupt the insurgent attack because Washington is ready to achieve peace. The Taliban are ready to fulfill certain security commitments and support the country's fight against terrorism. Now, as a first step for the USA until mid-July, Washington should have reduced its army from 13,000 to 8,600 soldiers and closed 5 of the 20 military bases. Although the agreement was signed on February 29, the Taliban continued to carry out low-intensity attacks against Afghan forces. Peace negotiations between the insurgents and the Afghan government determine the future of the country and are a crucial next step. However, President Ashraf Ghani and opponent Abdullah carried out mergers and acquisitions in Kabul simultaneously, exposing the initial weaknesses facing the Afghan government. Why does the conflict continue? Lack of political clarity and effectiveness of the strategy. Increasing violence by the militants of the Islamic State and the United States. Pakistan's role as the main economic support of the Taliban, although they deny it.